I see you, man, queuing up as well. I'm seeing the banter in the comments, bruv. What are you saying, DG, fam?
There, my guy, man. I'm there, man. I'm in good spirits. What are you on?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, bruv. Man, just come from the gym, you get me?
So,
Yeah, man, to get it in, bruv. Get it in. Seeing
any
these
means
man in the
necessary.
comments. Bruv, I see Twitter's going off. The FIFA ratings come out.
Hey,
The ballers are taking it personally, fam.
hey, I see Lukaku bowling out. Lukaku's moving mad. I can't blame them. They're doing it on purpose, bro. Like, it's a mazza.
It's a draw out, innit? It's a draw out.
So draw out Henderson and Pogba. No disrespect to Henderson, but him and Pogba shouldn't both be 86. They're moving mad. They're moving mad.
Thiago's 85, blood. Thiago's lower than Henderson, bro.
Bro, you see what I'm saying? They're moving mad. They're moving mad. It's not making no sense, fam.
Well, this is what happens when you've got man that don't play ball, that don't know ball, making football games. That's why I don't play FIFA, bro, because it don't feel like a football game. It's an arcade game. It's a simulation, isn't it? It's a simulation. It's not real, blood. Man. It's horrible. It's horrible, blood. Like, man, I'm seeing these things. I'm laughing. They got Rashford higher than Martial rated. How? I'll never know. You know them? They just don't even make sense, blood.
It don't make no sense at all, man. It's like they're just freestyling. I'm starting to think they do it on purpose because they know the footballers and the fans them are gonna go mad on socials. Ultimately, that's driving awareness for the game, and it's a bit like supporting our clubs, fam. Like people are still gonna have to buy a FIFA. It's like Pro or FIFA. You ain't really got a choice.
But it's mad. It's mad though. When I see these things, yeah, I'm sure that they do it to draw man out. Gareth Bale was rated like 79 or something. When I saw that, fam, I was on the floor. I was like, fam. Like, as much as bruv, even an injured Gareth Bale, yeah, has to be in the 80s.
That has to be the high 80s. That has to be the high 80s. They're boying it. They're boying it.
Yeah, it's a disrespect. I don't know what he done to the man them at FIFA, yeah, but 79 for Bale is a fuckery. They got Bale and Pepe on the same rating.
Aye, man. Shout out to Pepe, but Bale didn't even a bit mad on that one. Still, I'm not gonna lie. Like someone in the comments said, it's just random numbers generating things, man.
Yeah, like it don't make sense. Because when you actually, what's mad is when you look at the attributes, and you equate them all together, how does man like Henderson and Pogba have the same number, but when you look at the attributes, they're not even close. It's just like
it's just making things up, man. They're just making things up, man. They're literally making things up.
Nah, bruv. Aubameyang's on 87, which is fair enough, blood. But then they got Firmino on 87 as well.
Yeah, they're acting. Aubameyang needs to be at 89. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he needs to be closer to a 90 though. Like for the season he's had. Yeah, Oba needs to be closer to a 90. Probably a 90, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Based on how the season he's had. Even if it was 88, 89, cool, innit? But Firmino is 87 as well, apparently, blood. And what's man done this season, bruv? Really?
They're buying that. Someone said Gnabry's 85, Sancho's 87. Like, it's not making sense. Like, shout out to Sancho, but he can't be higher than Gnabry based on what they've done over the last season. It don't make no sense.
It's true, bruv. No, I'm saying, whatever other wild numbers have you man seen, that's really, to me, I think that 70, what? No way. They put Tierney 78. That's a piss take still.
Someone needs to tell me Saka's or something. They're buying it with the Tierney one.
A Tierney 78 is a piss take still.
Yeah, they're buying it.
Because if Pepe's 79, bruv, Tierney needs to be what? At least an 81, 82 or something. They're taking a piss.
Yeah. Even they're saying Werner's one's dropped by a rating from 86 to 84 to 85. Like
after scoring 30 odd goals and they took his rating down. And
getting a move as well. You like to think you want to keep them sort of guys in there. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah, that's a piss take still. That is a piss take, bro. Like when you look at it,
just know this game's gonna be dead.
Yeah, but it shows that these men that are making these games don't watch it. Obviously, Lukaku got pissed, but my thing with the Lukaku thing is funny because Lukaku he's an emotional youth, blood. Like he gets angry about everything, bro. It's like, he's one of them, bruv. He's one of them bros that feels like he has to prove himself every time. Man are allowed to take the piss with me. You know why, bro? Because if I know what it is, I don't care. If man say rare, I ain't got pace, so I'll be like, cool. So what, blood? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go on Twitter and say, what are these men saying? Did they not see my goal last week? Bro, who cares, bro? You know that it's soft, blood. Like man,
let a game get to you.
Bruv, you're letting these idiots get to you, bruv. A video game, bruv. You're a millionaire, bruv, and you're getting upset about video games. It's dumb, innit? It shows mad insecurity. That's what I say about man. You see, man that really care about what people outside of their immediate circle think about them, bruv. It's just insecurity, bro.
Insecurity.
You know what I mean? He's like, oh, my pace is more than 81 or 82 or something. It's like, bruv, Who cares? Like even when he left United, he leaked the speed results from the training sessions and that. Like who does that?
He's acting.
You know what I mean? Like who does that? You know what I mean? Baited up Luke Shaw, blood. Luke Shaw was slower than one matter and that, yeah. Like and you know what I mean? Like a secure brother don't do that. You know them ones. Like, a secure brother don't do that. You don't need to leak things from training to prove to men that are not important. Because if man don't like you, they're gonna chat shit anyway. Like even if you sell them something, they'll find something else in it. Yeah, that's one thing I've learned about this industry. Yeah, and when it comes to social media, if man want to try rub you out, there's nothing you can do. If you do something well, they'll try and find something else. Like that's what agendas are, blood. So if man's got agendas, you let them run with it.
There's nothing you can do, man. You're just giving time. He's just giving time to things that don't matter. And I think with Lukaku's language, it's different. Like normally, all the ballers say, "Oh, FIFA, you're boying it. Give me this," but it's light-hearted. It genuinely looks like it. He feels some sort of way because he said something like, "I know what I do on the field, or I know what I do." To like,
well, if you know what you do, like, if you know, why are you saying something? Why not just shut up and then go and work on your first touch, blood? That's what I'd be doing. I'll be kicking the ball against the wall, blood, and just receiving it on the half turn, blood. That's what he needs to work on, blood. Like, if you know, what's the point in coming out saying I know what I do? If you know what you do, then why do you need to be on Twitter for?
You don't need no other side validation and whatnot to do who you are. He's acting on that one, then based on you saying that he is moving a bit soft still. I can't even lie.
Bruv, man shouldn't need no external validation from anyone. You're on a big boy contract, scoring goals, breaking records, bruv. Be happy, innit?
Top footballer, like you've lived a great life, you know, you put your family on, you know, all this FIFA stuff is here and there, like it don't matter. Your challenge
doesn't mean nothing. That's it.
More time, people that banter him are losers anyways. Like
it's true.
It's you know, don't get twisted. I like when the footballers here and there react on Twitter and put someone in their place, but when you're doing it every time, you can genuinely tell you're pre in the socials like that.
You're looking for your own name and them thing there.
Like you're searching in Lukaku, like genuinely must feel touched, fam.
Yeah, you must literally, like, man just goes online and searches his name. Because literally, I've got so many man muted or whatever or blocked, bro. Like, if man want to chat shit about me, I'll never see it anyway. You know what I mean? The fact that he's actually seeing these things tells me that he actively goes looking for them.
Actively goes looking for them. That's it. And it all comes from maybe because, again, I don't want to judge man, I don't know his life, but looking at it, you know, he's had to deal with a lot of prejudice. You know, he's probably been one of the few black youths in his school, so he's always might have felt his guard up or the need to feel some sort of insecurity his whole life. Then he's obviously had, in football terms, his touch and next jog bar. He's probably always got his back against the wall his whole life, and it's just projecting now that he's a professional footballer. When, like,
it's horrible.
Air it, cuz.
Yeah, you should air it though, bruv. The strong characters say the least, blood. That's one thing it is.
I've always rated Wenger, you know. That's
it, bruv. You see all them times when man were coming out, blaming Wenger for all these things, and never once did he come out and say, "You see, guys, it ain't me, blood." You see, when Arsenal had to change all 3 managers after him falling apart, Wenger could have come out laughing and said, "You know what?
It's not just me, innit?
You man wanted me out though, say nothing." But nah, he's like, no. Wenger just holding the corner, taking the moral high ground. Because he's secure in what he did at the club. When you're insecure, that's when you come out trying to validate all this fuckery. And that's exactly what man's doing. You don't need to come out like that. The way they chiefed off Bale was way worse, blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bale's probably still playing golf, just enjoying it.
He don't care, bruv. He really don't care. You know, like that. Bale don't care about nothing. Man got 79 rating. This player was up there. Them man were talking about him with CR7. They gave man a 79. Bruv. They gave man a 79 rating, and he don't give a shit, blood. He's sitting there on his 700 banks playing golf, blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Because in his head, he's like, bruv, I know what I can do, so it's calm, innit?
I know what I can do. I know what I've given to the game. I know what I'm on. So your game thing. It's like, all right, cool, they're boying it. The fans will backlash them and show them they're stupid. Like my man said, throwing tantrums on the socials. Like, that's what it is. When you get bare times, you know, it is a bit insecurity and the boy cried wolf. Just air it, man. That's why I think the footballers are not the socials too tough.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? And look, they're saying Luke Shaw's 80, Wan-Bissaka's 83, and Kieran Tierney's in the 70s, blood.
That's what I'm saying. They're not making sense. Like, you just have to laugh. Like, you just have to laugh. Like, if I'm Tierney, I'm looking at that a bit sideways. Like, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not relevant, fam. Like, they'll probably pattern it in the next update. Fans getting onto them. They still probably technically got time to change things. and them things there. So it's like the real footballers are going to air it, man. You got real thing, like the real footballers are worrying about next season. He should be worrying about why they lost Europa League final and how they're going to put it right. Should be airing that, man. I can't lie. He should be airing that. Now that you say it, I'm starting to picture everything I've seen him ever say on socials, and he does move a bit mad still.
Yeah, bruv, mad soft. Man don't rate that. You know what I mean? So I met like earlier, Cam was like, yeah, like, oh, like I rate Lukaku's mentality and that. But I was like, but I said, what mentality, cuz? No, then one. I like his stubbornness in the sense that he thinks that he's the best striker in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. You can think that, innit? But you don't not every day nibble at everything man are gonna say about you, bruv. Like no matter, you could be the best player in the world, blood. There's man that are smearing shit on Neymar's name, blood. He's probably the best player on the planet, yeah. Man chat shit about him all the time. Do you think he's out here fighting man on Twitter about it? Lukaku ain't Neymar, blood. You know, like that. And if Neymar's getting the disrespect, then you have to hold yours.
You have to. Who are you really? Like, you have to, who are you really? There's better man. Like, people who call Messi a bottler, merchant, and this and that. You know, that's Lionel Messi, the man that's kicked the best footballer to ever kick the ball. Like, who are you? Like, really and truly, like, he just needs to really just search deep within himself, find peace, and just air it. Because I would have thought Lukaku would have had the thickest skin because of where he's grown up, because of obviously people probably said he was fake age and them things. You would think this is nothing to him. Like, real talk. They must have been for days saying he's fake age in Belgium and that, and he's probably had to deal with that. So what is this? Like, what is FIFA, bro? It's a mazza, man. It's a mazza.
That's what I'm saying. You man, slap the like button.
Trust me.
Someone saying, yeah, Chunks got the Sky Sports deal. I saw that still when I was in the car on the way home from the gym. That's a good look. That's a good look for him, man. Like, I mean, I always wish the man them well. I mean, I don't know him personally. Like, Harry's my guy, Pinero. Them man are all friends, innit? I want the man them to do well. You see how the mainstream are seeing, that all the man them online are killing it. And now they're just trying to bread everyone, innit? Because that's what they do, bruv. These men are out of touch. And the sooner there's more inclusion, more representation on there, the better. You know what I mean? And then all we need now is for the people managing the show to look like us as well. So the show actually feels like us, you know, them ones. Yeah, instead of just putting us in front of the camera, because all that does is, it still means man are not in control. And I'm not really trying to see, I'm not trying to see no watered down version of what you think it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? Like on the mainstream platforms, you can't fully be yourself. You can't, especially coming from the internet, innit? So until we get the man that produced the shows and stuff like that, that are from where we're from, we're not there yet. Do you know what I mean? But it's a sick opportunity for him. Do you know what I mean? And I wish man the best. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch that show. I've been on it, but it was one of them.
Say that he's fun. How can I say that? I'll really watch it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even mean it in a rude way. I didn't even mean it in a rude way, blood. But I just mean, that like I don't watch it, innit? I don't watch it, man. Because it's one of them ones where it's kind of like it depends on the guest, innit? You know what I'm saying? I went on with my brother, so you know what you're gonna get. United and Tottenham are playing on the same day. Yeah. United and Tottenham are playing on the same day. So me and my brother went on at the same time. You know what I mean? But when United were playing Tottenham, they never had us in. They should have had us in when United were playing Tottenham. You know the ones, but they missed the trick. And that's what I mean about people that control the shows. When the people that control the shows aren't in touch with what's going on here, they're not going to get it right.
Because them man there are just leeches, bro. Them man there are leeches. Like, don't get it twisted. Big up Chunks, you know. This guy's he's been grinding for time. I don't know him personally, but he's been grinding. And he looks like us. He's one of the man them, and we're underrepresented. But it's like what you said. It's all fun and games in front of the camera. Because I work in production. I see it. Like, the man might be in front of the camera, but the production guy, the production assistant, the sound engineer, the director, all of these guys, they don't necessarily reflect a diverse society which we've become. So until that changes, not much can happen. It's one of them ones there. It's just the illusion of winning. For the big corporations, you know, the Sky Sports and stuff, they're just leeches, you know. In a ideal world, they don't want to bring them and them. They don't want Chunks on there, but they see the numbers. He's undeniably good at what he does.
Facts.
Yes, he goes viral and everything with what he does. He's shown he's diverse. So they're just looking at, all right, cool. The people then watch him. If we want the people them to move to our thing, we need to get in car. People are not deep in that football social stuff. Look what you just said. You said I've been on it. I don't watch it because it don't look like us. They'll get some middle class youths that will drop some words that don't come naturally just to try and appeal. All these men care about is the numbers, and it's gonna change. But when I see if it's not Chunks doing bits these days, this young filly, I'm happy to see both of them. Like, the more that we can get through the door, the better. But we've got a long way to go, like you said, man. Until the people behind the thing look the same, it is what it is. And most people don't even know that. It's like, we're not winning. This is a victory. Seeing Chunks, and he's gonna do his thing, and the ratings are gonna be good. But it's the man then behind it. It's okay. Chunks is on at 9:30. Allegedly, that's what the announcement said. What's after that? You know, primetime TV. What he said, and they know it's not, because they got rid of Gillette Football. I used to watch that. You know, that's iconic. Chris Kamara and that. But
yeah.
Changing, fam. They probably didn't want to get rid of them. All these, if they don't care about skin, the one thing these man will know is color. I mean numbers. If they can't see, they'll look past your color if the numbers are coming, and that's what they're doing. Like you said with Harry. Harry's another one killing it. That's why they want Harry. You think when they first saw Harry, they wanted anything to do with him, man? No. Like, that's the thing. Like until they can just see that the man them know what they're talking about. We got a long way to go, man. We got a long way to go.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Because before they were only using the man them for certain things. They would only holler at man. Oh yeah, bro. We're talking about racism in football. Let's get Rants.
Oh, let's get Rants.
Bro, allow it, blood. You know the amount of text messages man get from all these publications. Oh yeah, what do you think about what so and so said, bro? I don't care, innit? Ask me about football, innit? You know them ones there, bro, and that's just what it is. So now, when the numbers are banging, it's undeniable. When you're doing bits, it's undeniable, innit? And the man them in a position where we're there, not because they want us there, but because they know that they're irrelevant without us, innit?
Can't deny, man.
That's it. The culture is what's driving everything now, bro. British culture now, our culture is British culture now, bro. There's no difference. Do you know what I mean? The music reflects our culture, the fashion reflects our culture, and now the entertainment as well reflects it. Do you know what I'm saying? You look at the United thing, bro. Just a bag of man them, like H
and Harry and that
Dutch Harry. Do you know what I mean? The Sam Wise. I didn't even know who he was before the advert. I'm not even gonna lie. No disrespect. I don't know what he does. He's a musician, isn't it? The Sam Wise brother looks like Lil Wayne or something.
I don't know that.
The black brother that was with Harry at the bus stop or something. Yeah, but him, musician. The other black girl is like a musician or something. And then I see them sending Burna Boy shirts and all that. Just the man them, bro.
They have to.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They have to, fam, because they know we control things. You know, they probably don't want to give Burna Boy that. They want to give it to Harry James down the street. But they know he's got Nigeria on lock. He knows that people that take in football are gonna pre his thing. They don't want you. They don't want you. You think they don't want? I actually think Arsenal missed the boat not having troops involved in their thing. But that one there's
bruv, they didn't miss the boat. They disrespected the thing. I said that, yeah. I said that before, blood. I said, you see when Arsenal done that advert, yeah, they got Jeremy and all them man in there. It's a disrespect not to have troops in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
With the slang forced and that.
But that's what I said. When you're using the man them slang, yeah, you're using the vernacular that we use, but you ain't got man in there. Do you know what I'm saying? But there you go, and then you've got other man walking around spudding and saying all these things. They don't do that, blood. That's not what they do when they're at home.
Trust me, it's not. You can see it's not natural when it's on the TV,
That's not how you speak to your mum, blood. I speak to my mum like this, fam. I mean, these man don't speak to their mum like that. So, but then you've got them on TV forcing it, and they ain't got my guy Troops in there. It was the same with my brother when Tottenham was doing their thing. Never had my brother in there. You know what I'm saying? You use someone else, blood, because you know what it is. Like I was saying. Your profile fits, but your face don't. You know the man. So they bring someone else with a different face to kind of pretend to be you, blood. And that's just what it is. You know, like that. So that's how it's moving right now.
That's the harsh reality, bro.
And that's what I mean. Them man they leech off the culture. So as much as I love to celebrate my brothers winning in the game, bruv, like that's why I always preach the importance of having your own, innit? Because then no one can't take nothing from you.
No one can grab it up from you and tell you nothing and tell you no sort of way. That's the thing. They don't want to do they want to do the tokenism, you know. As much as, like, don't get twisted, I'd love to be in Trunks' position and things like that. If them things there ever come, I'd still have to have my own YouTube, my own other things, because the same way they give it to you, the quicker
they can take it away. And that's what, like, that's why I'm glad he's got his own platform now.
And he's certainly.
And I hope that he don't stop posting like what he's posting on his socials now, blood. You know them ones, because you always have to have your thing. You have to have your thing pattern, because as you said, just the way they give it to you, they can take it away from you. You know,
like right, fam. It's like Ian Wright, bro. It's like he's on BBC and all these things, but he's got his own thing. Like, you even catch a man on a grind day.
But he has his own thing now, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And when he was in the mainstream, they were trying to rub him out, blood.
They're trying to rub him out, and now he's everyone's friend.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Richards. Michael Richards is everyone's friend right now. Soon they're gonna rub him out as well. That's what they're gonna do, and then that's where we need to protect our own. And I think they're seeing that with social media, fans are getting sick and tired of it. Like, because the minute you get at Sterling and we think it's not right, we're not
having it.
Like, don't get it twisted. I'll sit on Twitter and banter Rashford every day, you know, like you do. But the minute they try and draw him out and do something,
not having it.
Everyone's not having it. Like, not having it. And they're starting to pay for it. We still got a long way to go. Personally, I don't think it's ever fully going to change. Car, it's another conversation, but we don't really. The money isn't there in it, but we got a long way to go. But it's a small victory, man.
No, it is a small victory. So all the man them are celebrating it, bruv. I know I've shared it on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? It's a big moment in it for the culture, blood. Just like when I saw Soccer Aid and I saw him, Mo, Philly.
Big up Mo as well.
You know what I'm saying? It's for the culture, bro. Like, it's a win for the culture, for the man them. It's for the working class inner London boys, not just the black man. You get me? Just the man them from inner cities, bro, because they don't want to see man up there in these places. Man. Yeah, they don't want to see man in these places, bro. It's not even a color thing, bro. It's, you know what I mean? It's just society, bro. You know them ones there. So when you see the man them that are literally from where we're from, walk the streets where we're from, had the £2 chicken and chips, blood, and now them man are up there winning, fam. You know, like that. That's what we love to see, bro.
Authentic.
We absolutely love to see.
I just see someone do some super chat. Like, man are paying peas to do nonsense. Like, this guy's a twat. Like, I'm never gonna. What a waste, man. Like,
I'll read it in a bit anyway. I haven't read it yet. Like, you know that one's there. My man saying about Eden Hazard anyway. Big up Chunks. You get me? And big up all the man they're making moves in the mainstream. Just make sure you got your own. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the man can pull the rug out from under your feet at any time. You know, like that. Eden Hazard is getting flack in Spain, blood. They're saying my man turn up looking like a thought, blood, to pre-season and that, like looking like he's about to bust it open for the man them, fam. You know, like that. Yeah, rolling through with a big batty again, blood. What is wrong with this youth, blood? All right, Chelsea fans, was man always like that?
He just likes to enjoy himself too much. You see, with Hazard, and it's like people don't understand it. And this is where I say people need to judge footballers for what their own. Like, Hazard is a quality player. And I'm not saying he doesn't take his profession serious, but he's not on the Ronaldo thing. Like, everything I do is geared towards how I'm going to play on the field. Hazard clearly is an absolute professional, but he likes to enjoy himself. He always says he likes cakes. Obviously, football weren't, you know, like literally for Ronaldo, it was this or poverty. For Hazard, he comes from a family of decent money. They were all footballers. It's always been enjoyable. That's what you get from Hazard. That's what his professionalism is probably what gets him in trouble when it's pre-season, because clearly he keeps doing this. Like he said it himself, I do like a cake or two. Don't know what he's doing behind closed scenes, but this is where he's having these problems. And you can get away with it at other clubs. Madrid, man, have got it for less. So there's no hiding place. And like someone in the comments said, the Spanish media is something else. Like, so you ain't got a chance.
That's it. You man slap that like button. Yeah, them man are relentless, you know. Them man are relentless, the Spanish, bro. They steady hating on their own, but you know what? They got high standards in it. That's why that's what I kind of admire about the Real Madrid fans. I'm not gonna lie, because man say, oh yeah, they turn on their own and that. Bro, nothing less than perfection is good enough for them. And I like that. I like the fact that they were getting on to Ronaldo. Because there were times where Ronaldo was doing bullshit, yeah? And because he was scoring goals, certain men think that he's above criticism. Nah, blood, if you're not playing well, bruv, criticize man. You know what I mean? Get onto man, because bruv, if you're you're supposed to be the main man in the team. Now, I mean, if you're meant to be the main man in the team, yeah, you're meant to be the guy that's dragging this man, dragging us through the trenches, yeah, and you're not performing. We want to know why, blood, because you're all the money.
If anything, you should be getting it more, because you're the not scapegoating, but you're the guy. You're expected. You're a quality player. Do quality stuff. I expect you to do quality things to get us through it. That's what annoys me with Messi fans, bro. It's like even not just Messi, but Ronaldo. If you know how you've got these fans of the Messis and the Neymars, they're just too up the player's arse. It's like it's okay to say man could have done more. You know,
so protected, brother. And you know what it is? With great power comes great responsibility in it. That's what I say. So. You're meant to take the flack. You're meant to. That's how it goes.
Take all the praise.
All the praise. If your team win and you don't score, they're still talking about you. You know, like that. So when your team lose, you have to hold that, rude boy. Now that's just how it is, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? With football,
it's life.
Yeah, you have to hold that. And the thing is, even when I look at Pogba, yeah, he's never been made the main man at Man United. Never. They've never made him the main man. But because of the size of his stature, he is the main man. So when he's not playing, man talk about him. When he's playing well, man talk about him. When man play well and they say he's playing shit, When man's playing shit, they say he's playing shit. But either way, they're still talking about man. That comes with being that size of a character, that size of a play. Bro, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. You know them ones. Like, Pogba can't put up a 7 out of 10 and you say man played shit, but then Ronaldo and Messi are walking around the pitch and their team's losing by 3 goals and it's everyone else's fault.
Yeah, it's everyone else's fault. They got them to this point and all of these things. He can't do no more is what they love to say with Messi in particular. And I'm Messi's biggest fan, but it's cop-outs, man. And it's not truly lovers of the game if you say them thing there.
It's facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, man can't make excuses for them, man, but then it's everyone else's fault. It can't be right, blood.
It's not. Because when they're shining, what is it said for the other players? When they're doing the dirty work, that's not spoken of to let them shine. Nobody's saying nothing else. So it's give and take, man. But
that's what I mean. When Benzema's busting his arse, yeah, and crossing it across the goal for Ronaldo to tap it in and that, blood, man ain't talking about how Benzema's work rate and all these things there. Man ain't not talking about that. Benzema don't get his flowers, blood, because he's not scoring 60 goals a season, blood. And that's what it is. So because of that, man just have to deal with it. You know, them ones there.
Sad but true, man. Harsh reality, fam. The way you put it there, that's sad, but it makes complete sense. And
I just seen the super chat now. Look at my man. Any other ethnicity on my show? You know what's mad? Yeah, man had Vuj on my show yesterday.
That's why I said, yeah, you got to look at it, fam. It don't make no sense. Like,
look at this brother's face as well, blood. He look like a nonce, blood. You know that, man. I'm blocking you anyway. You know that, man.
Nonsense.
If you want to see nonsense, turn on your TV because there's bare man that look like you on there. Bare man that look like you on there. You don't come on my channel and expect to see man that look like you on there. It's not gonna happen.
Weirdo, bro.
Like, you know, like that. What's wrong with this? But thanks for the money anyway. Say.
Yeah, like man bringing peas and mug, bro.
You know, like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Man said, of course Turkish ain't black. You know what I mean? Man's got a whole 2 shows with him. I got one with him tonight.
This is it.
You know that was there, blood. I got whole shoes. And what's that, Daniel, blood? Well, man said, big up for the super chat. You done know. Thanks for your money. Daniel, tell him. You see, my mods know, blood. Save for the peas, blood. You know, see that £5? Man gonna buy another smoothie in there. I might even buy 2, blood. I'm offering Tesco, blood.
Nah, you gotta get a posh one, go weight rolls or M&S or something, man. Courtesy of that twat. Like,
you know, like that with a £5. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'll buy a girl a drink, man. Do a Weatherspoons thing. Fucking idiot. You know, like that. Man, you know, like that. That's what's so funny. You turn on your TV, you know, and you'll never think, oh, nah, there's not enough diversity here. But you come on a black man's channel, yeah, and what do you expect it to look like?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, you know, like, what's wrong with these, man?
It's that for me as well. It's that, but it's just not fundamentally true. Like, you can tell my man has just hopped in this and talked nonsense. Because if you just went on your YouTube channel, you would see that there's several diverse faces. Yes, there's a lot of black faces. But
man's got Grizz Khan here, who's a Pakistani youth. Man got Georgia, who's a Greek white youth. Man's got Turkish on here. Man got Bujanic on here, who's Eastern European.
Got a 5% team there, blood. Like,
bro, what is man talking about? These men are moving mad.
Hey, Statman something else as well. He's not.
And Statman as well is another engine you.
Yeah.
Come on now. You know, like that. This is too funny. No, it's funny, but thanks for the money though, blood. You know the ones. I hope he makes another account and gives me some more money. You know, like that.
You need to head over to my channel as well, fam.
You know, like that. Go over to DG's channel, bro. Send a little £5 as well.
It's so funny if he wants me to even go back home and that, fam. I can't even lie. Need some use.
Idiot. Man said Hazard was always on the margin of fat, unfit. You know what? I don't remember that, you know, because when Hazard was on smoke, I just remember him being small, lean and that, and just moving to man.
You know what it is? It's the preseason. Like that, I agree with you. It's the preseason. I used to clock that. Like, I'm not gonna say I was preying him every preseason, and I'm a Chelsea fan, but it became a thing. He would always come back from preseason a yard or two. I mean, an inch or two bigger, and that tells me he's enjoying himself. And I get it. You know, you're a footballer. You got to be disciplined. But I think this is what's stopping Hazard from reaching that other level, and you know, trying to have more of a thing at Madrid. It's these fine margins, things
the
that
talent's there. The talent's there, but he ain't got the application, innit? You don't have the application because man could talk about genetics. It's not genetics, it's lifestyle. Because Eden Hazard is 5 foot nothing.
And I don't even think he's on none of that, and which is fine. Like, he's on being a world-class player and all them things there. Like, I think he's just calm with being Eden Hazard.
Bruv, he's 5 foot nothing. He's not even heavy set to say, bruv, he's a small guy, bro. You know what I mean? So there's nothing about Hazard where you can say he's not built like Rooney. You know that he's not. He's a small youth, blood. The reason why he's out of shape is because he don't look after himself. Because if you look at Benzema, bruv, he does up drip life, but man still trains. You know what I'm saying?
He's got even smaller in recent years because I remember he used to be a bit couple chunky stones and that.
But there you go.
He himself.
But he's applied himself. You know what I'm saying? And a man saying that he never really trained hard at Chelsea, but he showed up on match day. Some players are like that. Like a few of the players told me that Carlos Tevez never ran in training and he just saved all of his running for match days. In training, he was lazy. But then on the pitch, he was like a fucking madman. Carlos Tevez was like the fucking Tasmanian devil out there, blood. So some man just don't want to get injured in training, and they just, you get me? Training's just kind of like, it's a formality for them, innit? They don't take it seriously.
Some man don't even like it. Sounds bad to say. Some man don't like. We've all played 5 Sunday league. Like some man just don't like training. They just
they just want to play the match.
Yeah, like some man wouldn't wave in training and they're dead. Like it's a mad world.
Absolutely. Why the pundits want Bale? He's nothing to prove or gain by being in the Premier League. He's been the best player twice there and won everything in football. I think they want Bale back because he's from here, bruv. You know them as it's the familiarity in it. Like there's a lot of passion and like almost pride attached to Bale in it because he's like the pride of Wales and he's come from here and all of that. That's all it is, bro.
From Cardiff to Madrid and that.
That's what it is, innit? Like there's a love affair attachment to Bale, but he ain't what he was no more, blood. If he comes back here, they'll rub him out, innit? He's better off going to the MLS, bro. He can't even stay fit for God's sake.
You might as well stay with the P's, man. Bale's league, bro. You've won Champions League. Like you're not, no disrespect to Wales, you're not gonna win World Cup. You're always gonna go if they qualify. Like you know, your manager's not playing you. You want the ban? Just keep chilling, man. Really, just keep chilling. Literally keep chilling because no one can buy him. No one wants to copy him. So it's what it is.
No one's not gonna pay him 700 back.
Exactly, not plus a transfer fee. Madness.
This is it. No one ain't doing that. These comments are funny. I'm just catching up with them. That Pete Brace and that kind of man to call you moon cricket on COD. That's why I don't wear my headset. You know, when I play COD, bruv. I played COD one time. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, and I ended up in a group, with a bag of white dons, Cockney white dons from like Essex and that. And I was getting to know the buttons. You know there was, and I'm in there, and them man are getting killed, and I'm not getting killed, but I didn't know what I was doing. You know there was where you're just kind of winging it, blood.
Just winging the thing.
And I hear them in the headset saying, how's this fucking guy still alive and that? He ain't even killed anyone and that. And I'm there trying to find guns and that. It was funny, bruv. These men were running around gulag and that. And bruv, all of them died before me, and I didn't even know what I was doing, bruv. And the banter in the headset, bruv. Hey, these men are vile, innit? The headset in Warzone must be an absolute fucking hellhole.
If you think Twitter's bad, them Call of Duty, man, they're different. They are different. Unforgiving, fam. It's the Wild Wild West on the internet.
Bruv, it's amazing, my guy. You know them ones. Man said, what would Wayne Rooney in his prime cost in today's market? Bruv, do you look how much Neymar went for, bruv? So prime Wayne Rooney's gonna go for minimum 150, bro.
150, I'd say, 150, 160, high end, could get a bit closer towards 200 still. I mean, he's a quality player, and worse players have gone for more reflective fees in comparison to their ability.
Bro, Barcelona put in a 90 million bid for Richarlison, innit?
This is it. So
23-year-old Richarlison. So Wayne Rooney's worth double that then.
Exactly. That's it. In his
prime. A prime Wayne Rooney, like a 23, 24-year-old Wayne Rooney.
You're looking at the Neymar sort of price tag.
Yeah, you're looking at. You are. Definitely are.
Mad fees for these sort of players if it was true. If they could somehow play.
This is it. Like that, bruv. So, that's what I mean. The transfer fees are mad, but I always say, you see with players are worth what someone's prepared to pay for them.
That's it. 50 million for Sigurdsson to Everton.
Yeah.
And nobody speaks about it. It's all what you want to pay, man. It's about what you can hustle. It's about what you can finesse, especially in today's day and age. Because like I said, ability and fees are not reflective. Very few transfers are reflected. There's very few value for money signings. If off the top of my head, without Gassman, Tierney obviously is an Arsenal player. Tierney for 25 looks like value. There's not too many value signings generally in world football. Too tough now.
Facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Alex, bruv, I think you haven't seen some of my shows, innit? Because man's already spoken on this. I don't feel sorry for Bale in the slightest, blood. There's rumors saying that Zidane, Real Madrid are willing to pay half of his wages for him to leave, blood. I genuinely believe that Gareth Bale don't want to play football, blood, and he's happy to pick up his money. That's what I believe in it, because we've seen with Alexis, he wanted to leave Man United so bad, and they wanted to get rid of him, and they just got rid of man's contract, and he went on a free, blood. He didn't ask them to pay him out. He just said, "Yo, just terminate the contract so I can leave." Innit? If you really, really want to play football, then you could leave Real Madrid. They'll scrap your contract so they don't want to pay you, yeah, and you would take a pay cut. I don't believe he's willing to do either of those things. So I think that he's happy to sit down on the money that he's on. So I don't blame him. It's not up to Zidane. If Zidane don't fancy him, you don't fancy him. I don't blame Zidane for not fancying him.
That,
because he didn't fancy him before, and he brought in Asensio, and Asensio did bits. And then he was playing the other Spanish youth ahead of him. Fuck. And he just kind of faded, bruv. Oh, my head's gone now. He's a Spanish attacking midfielder, blood. That plays for Real Madrid. I can see his face, blood. I forgot his name now, blood.
How old is he?
One of you, man. Well, he'll be like mid-20s now. He'll be mid-20s, mid to late 20s now. One of you, man, know who I'm talking about in the comments, bruv. At Real Madrid. Attacking midfielder.
Yeah, someone help us out with that one, man.
It will come. One of these man will know, blood. Isco, there we are. Yeah, Isco.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing Isco in front of him as well. You know the ones like that's what Zidane likes. Do you know what I mean? So maybe because Zidane's quite a tactical manager, he probably thinks that tactically Bale ain't disciplined enough to kind of do what he wants, which is fair, innit? And also Bale ain't really bothered to kind of integrate himself in the squad and learn the language like that. So they probably just think, you know what, he's just a bad egg, innit? I don't think he is a bad egg, but the Spanish, rightly so, if you come to the country and you don't integrate in their culture, they're not checking for you, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like even Ronaldo's Portuguese, blood, and he knew that if he didn't learn like Spanish properly, they're not fucking with him. They're like, you can't come here and speak Portuguese. They're not having it. You know, like that. So it's one of them ones where, unfortunately, I don't think he's helped himself. That's my honest opinion. You know what I mean? I think he's a good lad and that, but I think that he ain't helped himself, bruv. You know what I mean? So I don't feel sorry for him at all, blood. If he really wants to play football, he can take a pay cut and go somewhere else. I don't think he's willing to do that.
The way you put it, I can't add anything to it, man. It's like you made me think of it a different way, man. I thought Bale wants to play football and he would, but at the end of the day, if you really wanted to, you'll make something happen. And it comes to it, if you do want to leave and he's saying, okay, I will earn money elsewhere that I'm on now, I get that. That's fair enough. We understand that. At the end of the day, your career is probably winding down now. Do your thing, but yeah, man, he's just comfy, man. He's comfy to play when he's selected, be on the bench, just do up lifestyle and collect these bands. And it's sad.
It's sad. It's a waste of talent, bro. It's a massive, massive waste of talent.
I wouldn't have said this would have happened a few years ago for Bell. Like when he was doing his thing and he got that move to Madrid and everything else hit off, I wouldn't have said for the next 2 years, 18 months, he's just wishy-washy. Sometimes Zidane's using him, then he's on the bench, then you know he's going viral, sleeping on the bench and things. It's crazy, man. It is crazy, and they can't they've shagged themselves because they're going to struggle to move him on. And you know he's someone that you would have thought British clubs would have went for. He's always used to be linked with you lot. Then it was City, always to move back to Spurs. But it comes down to the wages and whatnot. If people thought Bale was worth value for money, they would do it. They would do it. I think he is in terms of ability. When you can consider all the factors on not just ability and everything else, it's probably not going to work out and be a sensible transfer.
Exactly.
It's
there
crazy.
You go. Man saying Bale said he tried to leave many times and the club didn't allow him to go. Yeah, because he wanted them to pay him out.
Yeah.
And they're like, right, we're not paying you out, blood. We'll rather pay you on this. We'll pay you weekly or monthly as opposed to paying you all at once. Because why should we, innit, bruv? They're a business. And even with the China thing, yeah, man said the exciting project. If you're telling me that Gareth Bale wanted to go and learn Mandarin, bruv, you know, like that. The only reason why he entertained China was because he didn't have to take a pay cut. He didn't really want to go there. You know them one.
He just wanted the bands. He just wanted the bands. Probably
the fact that he was even entertaining China tells you that he's not really serious about playing ball at the top level. Because if he was, that wouldn't even be something he would entertain, bro.
You say I ain't got time for that. Right now in my career, I'm not trying to make that move. I've still got a lot of football to be played. So
yeah, man's name's Gareth Bale, you know. Man's not Asamoah Gyan, you know.
Lidge.
You know, like that. He's a big boy, Gareth Bale, you know. Poster boy of Britain almost. You know them ones. A man's doing that. Fuckery. You know, like that.
No words.
Fuckery. Do you know what
Literally.
I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where if he did end up going back to Tottenham, which I don't think will happen because he can't afford him. Do you know what I mean? But I think it would be a good move for him because Mourinho is a shithouse and Bale's the kind of player that you know what I mean. You build a nice compact team behind him and then you pray for Bale to make the difference, innit? But I don't know if he's still got that consistently in his legs right now. Not gonna lie.
Fitness would definitely be an issue. Like it would probably take him a couple months to be fully up to speed. If he did come to the Premier League, it probably won't be the Bale we all have in our heads initially. Yeah. So yeah, man, only he knows how fit he genuinely is. But that's the point, man. When you ain't been playing, no matter how much training you do, you're never gonna be 100% match fit. I don't know if he's playing for their B team and keeping fit. I don't think he is because I haven't heard anything like that. So that's another reason as to why it probably won't make sense because you got to shell out the wages, shell out the transfer fee. It's going to be dragged out and you're going to have to get man fit. Like Bale, I'm not one to harp on about injuries, but Bale does seem one of them that's always getting little knocks and whatnot. So it's not just on ability alone, it's a deal. When you consider all the factors, it don't make sense, man. It don't make no sense.
Facts. The Smith Jones said thoughts on how the Sun, bruv. I don't read the Sun, my guy, so I can't even tell you what they said. Bro. I don't know what they said about Troops, to be honest, but the fact that Troops is in the Sun newspaper, that's just testament to what my brother's done in this game, innit? So big up my brother Troops. You know them ones. Like, I don't know what the Sun have said. You can let me know. You know what I mean? But ultimately, them man are not a credible source of anything but tissue paper, innit? So and unless you want to wipe your ass, and even then I wouldn't recommend it. You know them ones. So it's one of them ones where it's just one of them ones. I said he was offered $1 million a week in China. Well, exactly. That's why he went, bruv. It wasn't a football thing. Literally. You know what I mean? So because it wasn't a football thing, I can't really respect man's appetite to play football. So when he comes out and says, I wanted to leave Real Madrid, how much did you want to leave Real Madrid? You know what I mean? Because if you really wanted to leave,
you would have made it happen.
You would have made it happen, bro. There's no sign of him trying to force a move or trying to leave. He didn't say, Ras, like, bro, I don't even want the money. Let me go. I want to go play football. It's not about playing football to him. It's about finding somewhere that's willing to pay him what he's getting paid now or more. And that's it.
That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's genuinely what he's on. But it's all about the portrayal. It's all about the portrayal. At the end of the day, he's got to secure the bag. Like, but yeah, man, he doesn't strike me as someone that wants to. I still think he'd want to achieve stuff and win stuff, but he doesn't scream like he's waking up and with a burning desire to get out of Madrid. If he's comfortable, fair play. Because we always talk about how we always talk about when clubs want to move players on and they don't do it. So this is kind of admiration for Bale if he wants to stay there, but it just screams comfortability. Like he's comfortable.
Always.
They can't move him on. You know, he's got a big boy agent as well. His agent doesn't scream someone that's going to take stuff. So, you know, that's a match made in heaven and a headache. So it's stuck with him. Like Zidane, and the worst thing is having a high purchase player. And then, like someone said in the comments, he seems to only care about Wales. Like he's on the bandit thing. Bale is on bants. Bale likes the joke thing. Like he wouldn't do the Wales, golf, and then Madrid thing in that order. Like Bale don't give a crap anymore. Like, even if the America team could bank for him, if it was feasible, I think Bale will go to America. I think that appeals to him a lot.
Yep, I think that would bang for him. Their man said that it was down to controversy and mentioned nothing about him. Bruv, listen, it doesn't matter what they say about Troops. He's going out there and he's making his money, bro, and he's going to be able to change his family's lives, bro. That's all that matters, isn't it? These man, we can't expect people that do not like us, to report about us fairly and speak on us fairly. We can't expect those things. We shouldn't. We couldn't and we shouldn't. You know them ones. That's why it's about having your own platform. I keep saying it. Because on Troops' platform, man know what they're going to get with Troops. They go and they watch him because they've chosen him. Do you know what I mean? When we start popping up in places that people don't want us, that's when they start these smear campaigns and all that. You know them ones. So all these mainstream things, it don't matter what they say about Troops, blood. He's doing his thing. He's getting his money. You get me? A man respects it, bro. Do you know what I mean? We know why he left. The video's on his channel, blood.
Yeah, like, he's told everything. The horse coming out of the horse's mouth, literally. So we don't need to care about what the Sun say. We really don't need to care about what the Sun say because really it's irrelevant. Like these men they're not in the culture. They're not plugged into what we're in. So whatever they say is completely irrelevant. They just don't care, fam. They don't care. Their job is to report a story. They just care about engagement levels. Troop's name's popping, obviously, because he's got a buzz and because he's leaving AFTV. They just want to be seen talking about it. Clicks on their website, bills to pay for them. They don't give a crap about Troops. It's sad to say, God forbid, touch wood, if Troops died tomorrow, they probably still wouldn't even report on him fairly. You know, they'd probably somehow say, oh, well, he was caught with cannabis in 2011 on outside the Emirates or something. They, like, forget them, man. The Sun does not care about us. The Sun, even talking about the Sun, let's stop talking about it, man. We're giving them some free clout. Like, it's a shit campaign, man. It's a shit campaign.
Not even needed, bruv. In terms of transfers, and that Arsenal still getting linked with loads of different random names. Like, what do you think's going on there, blood?
Fam, you see, for me, again, I'm not no transfer man. I don't know what we're doing, but I think it's two things. I always feel when it's silent with your club, there's two ways to think about it. You either feel nothing's happening or something's happening. Now, I'm seeing too much silence at my club, so I'm inclined to believe the way Arteta's thinking and speaking that we're going to try a thing. But on the other hand, how much can we do without moving players on? Like, no, I don't. Arteta even said today, like, we're not going to be able to achieve what we want to do in 1 or 2 windows. So that tells me that what we've probably tried to do this summer, we've probably had to revisit it. You know, we've tried to offer Guendouzi in and around everybody, and it hasn't happened. Mesut Ozil, yet again, a blind man could see that contract nothing was gonna happen there. People are not trying to buy the El Nenes and things like that. Socrates is linked with moves away. We've just got average players on some mad wages, so it's difficult. And when you hear that we ain't got P's, how much can you do without changing the squad and getting departures? I've got small hope for 2 centre mids, bro, but time's ticking. So I'm gonna kind of revise that just to 1. But if we don't get 2 centre mids, as much as I like Arteta, I think we'll fall short. Real talk.
But this is it, bro. What's this? Well, of course. But that's why. But this is what we said when we said big up chunks, but make sure you got your own thing. Because these men will use you for clicks and all of that, and when they're ready, they'll throw you back out to sea, blood. Bang. That's it. Or one little bit of scandal because they like the idea of you, but everything that might come with an inner city London black boy, they might not be into all of that. Fact. Do you think that one of us could turn around and spit out a youth the way Carragher did, and go back to the Sky Studio?
Go back to yeah, and still get to do the banter thing and stuff where Liverpool and United and that. Never. You're gone. You might not even be able to get a next big platform when they've left. You're gone. You have to wait so many years before you can go up again. So Mazza.
But that's exactly what it is, and that's what I say, bruv. Have your own thing, bruv. Look at the way they reported on Troops, and you man have seen the video, blood, because most of you man fuck with him in it, so you would have seen the video. Man said categorically what the issue was, but there was no mention of that in the article. Of course there wasn't.
Literally.
It's agenda-driven, blood. These man don't want to see man thrive, and that's why even when they do invite you through the door, you always got to have one eye on them, man.
Be wary. Don't trust
Very wary.
Blindly.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know them ones. If them man say to me, boom, we want to give you something, I'll be like, cool, but I'm not stopping doing my thing.
Facts.
You know that? I'm not stopping doing my thing.
Because when you say we're done out here, when you say, oh, we've got a new guy, what's going to happen to man? They don't care about man. As fast as they'll pick you up, they'll dash you away further. Like we said, like they're just using you. These people don't care. That's the maddest perception as well. Just because they invite you on these things or give you shows and things, they don't care about you. They care about what you can do. The minute they think of a different system or a next wave is happening, you know, it might be YouTubers today, it might be TikTokers tomorrow or something. Yeah. You're out of there. You're out of there. Like, you're out of there. They don't care. They're not going to pat you on the back. They're just going to push you out and say F off. You had some good times. Never think they care about you. They just care about what you can do.
Facts. What you man saying now? What are you saying about this centre mid, bruv? Are you man getting this? Are you getting him?
And there's bare chat, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the P's. I'm seeing 60 million, as high as 60 million euros, you know. Are we going to get the P's to do that and activate 45 million release clause of Partey? Seeing's believing. I would love him to come to the club. I think he's everything what we've expected of an Arsenal player in years previous, but putting money on the table, and he's one of the most sought after players, it appears, in Europe based on reports. So, you know, if we can do a thing and we can structure payments and do it in the Arsenal way, why not? But you know, seeing is believing. When it was Chelsea with Havertz, you know, there were links, but they were kind of moving a bit rapid. Arsenal always got this storyline business, and you know, storylines. They're saying they don't want Guendouzi. It's a myth. They're saying that there's no bids, but Edu has spoken. So what's happening? You know, we'll have to see. Really have to see. I don't think it will happen though, but I want it to. I want to be wrong. Trust me, I want to be wrong, but I can't see it, man.
Facts. Mazzoline Sancho. I told you, man, about Jaden from time ago. I'm not even getting excited about this thing because I told you it was done, guys. I told you it was done. Done. I told man it was finished, you know. All this stuff coming out in the media, nonsense. United posturizing because they don't want to pay the full fee. Dortmund posturizing because they don't want to be seen to be pushovers, because then if they are, then the next club's going to come and raid them for the likes of Haaland, for the likes of all the other young dons, because Dortmund are a selling club. They bring in players, they give them a platform, and then they sell them, innit? And if Dortmund are seen to be a pushover with one player, then other teams will exploit them. So all they're doing is they're just bigging up their chest, blood. That's all they're doing. But they're going to sell him. They were always going to sell him. But they always have to make it difficult. They did the same with Aubameyang. They done the same with Dembele. They do the same with all their players. They always make it difficult. They're notoriously hard to negotiate with for a reason, because they don't want to get a reputation that man could just come in and eat their food, innit?
Do this farm thing. Just take my players out like Liverpool and Southampton. You can't just come in and say, I want you, I'm taking this and busting out. If you want it, you got to be able to shell out. It's like going Harrods more time with Dortmund now. You got to come with something respectable and walk out with a decent thing. Like you said, it was Aubameyang once, it was Dembele once, it's Sancho today, it'll be Haaland and Reina and the rest of the Jude Bellingham and the rest of them.
Yeah, Jude and them, man, yeah.
They will be them in a couple of years. That's what Dortmund are okay with. And they'll be stupid to let Jaden go for anything less than 100 odd mil if they can't get Randa, because that's the market. You know, they have to get the best players, the best for their players. And I have to respect it. Like you said, I think it's happening. It's just both clubs puffing out their chests. As we move on in the transfer window, something has to give. And, you know, in a week or 2 weeks or a month from now, you hear Jaden Sancho, medical, and the rest that goes in with signing for a club. So I think it's going to happen. And obviously, it's a shame he's signing for you, man, but it's exciting for the league still. I like Jaden, man, and it's about time he comes home with all the, his marketing is rising now. He's got his own brand and that, and it's time to come home play in the Premier League. You're from South London, like this is probably what you grew up to do. You never dreamed of playing in Germany, so it's got. You didn't dream of playing for Dortmund, with all due respect to them, because they've given you a platform, but it's time to come home.
Facts, and that's what it is. So man have to realize that it's a business first and foremost. Dortmund can't say, yeah, you can have Sancho. Blood. The fact that they've let United negotiate and agree personal terms with Sancho tells you that they're open to selling, man.
It's facts.
You wouldn't say, oh yeah, you could talk to United, yeah, but you're not going there. No, bro, that don't make no sense, bro. That don't make no damn sense. Nowhere in it. The fact that a deal has already been agreed, and then there's rumors in the media saying, oh, United couldn't agree on the agent's fees. That's why. So how can Dortmund come out and say man's not leaving if they've given man permission to speak to the club? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And people need to read between the lines and understand what exactly is happening. Like, United are not going to come out and say Jaden Sancho is coming. Dortmund are not going to come out and say we're selling Jaden Sancho. They're only going to do that when it becomes apparent what's happening. You know, it's probably a case of dotting I's and crossing T's. Dortmund are saying, no, we want this 10 million, for example, to be run like this. United are saying, we'll give it to you like this. So it will happen. At the end of the day, United are happy to give their bands, allegedly. And, not even allegedly, Dortmund are more than happy to receive 120 on a player they got 2 or so years ago for a nominal fee. They'll be stupid not to. It will happen. It's just going to
drag. Willing to pay the money. It's just that with United, they want to do a little installments thing, and a little structured payment plan, which is what they always do with all them kind of signings. And Ed Woodward's meticulous with that, blood. So you'll have performance related things, and these things take time to draw up. Do you know what I mean? So it was never going to be a quick thing. But the thing is with United, every United transfer is always the worst kept secret in the world, blood. You know the one. Every big signing we do is always nonsense. It's always back and forth. It's always a saga, blood. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's always a Dragon Ball Z thing, blood. You know them ones on the next episode of Jaden Sancho, blood. You know what I mean? And then man's in South London, but then man's on the jet back to Germany, and then it's like, oh, fucking hell, bro. Like, that's Man United. That's Man United, fam. You know, like that. That is Man United in a nutshell, bro. Like, it's always a saga. It's always a join out thing. It's always a find out on the next episode thing. Like just hurry up and get to it, bruv. Just get to it. You know what I'm saying? So it will happen. Jaden Sancho's gonna happen, but we just don't know, innit? But we don't know when. But they're saying it's gonna be done before the October deadline. Some people are saying it's gonna be done before the first game. We don't know.
First game? What? Your first game is Monday, innit?
Nah. Our first game is next weekend.
Okay. Oh, yeah. In that case, a week's a long time. I thought you lot were playing on Monday. I was about to say that's a bit wishful thinking.
Yeah, next weekend still. You know
Next
what I
year,
mean?
a week's a long time. That could be done. But in relation
it's
to
not this. It's not this. It's not like man needs to do preseason. He's been playing. You know the ones. Man's already fit. Know what I mean? So man's already been playing for England, and that it's a quick thing. Just change your shirt, blood. You know, like that.
When he played for England, you know, it's quite booky. Like managers and agents are notorious for when people go for international duty to say, you know what, this is a chance to chat to Donny. We saw it with, it's not the same caliber of player, but Danny Welbeck when he came to Arsenal, like it started off in the whole England camp around them times. Yeah. So it's a crazy one.
This is it, bruv. And yeah, last but not least, blood. What is the deal with this Partey thing? This bruh's been, it's almost like his agent's been twerking with you for you lot in time. Like,
I'm tired, fam. I'm tired. I'll be real with you, Rants. I'm tired of this. Like, for a good month or two, he's coming. He's coming. His dad said he's coming. His agent said he's coming. This Don said he's coming. That Don said he's coming. It's like what I said earlier. If his release clause is 45 million, put the money on the table. If Atletico Madrid are really broke and don't have peas, and you put 45 million on the table for a player who's got second thoughts about being there, he's not there. It's like you said with your dragging out stuff. We've been doing this Partey thing for time. It's only recent that Arrow was kind of taking the limelight and things. This takes forever. And for me, Partey's, I think when how do I put it? You know when you're linked with a player, fans look at them like they're the messiah. They can do no wrong. They're this galactical player, which I'm not trying to criticize Partey. He's amazing, but I just feel fans put people on a level they're not. We need to get it done. We need his skill set. We need height in our team. We need strength in our team, and he's got both of them. But it's 45 million. Do they want to pay that? Well, 45 million in this day and age is easy. We're hearing that
euros as well, not even
euros
pounds,
as well, bro. And if I'm not being funny, but if a team is broke and there's a release clause, and you say we'll pay 45, but we'll do it this way. If you're broke and need the peas and sound like you're on this cash converters thing, my guy, you're just gonna say yes, it's calm. So I don't know what we're on. I really don't know what we're on, fam. Really.
100%. Do you know what I mean? So right, we just have to say, what's this brother saying before you move? What's closer than we think? What are you guys talking about, Neymar? I hope it's no slander though, because Neymar's my guy. You man already know. Neymar's my brother. You know them ones. My man's gonna retire Brazil's top scorer, you know, ahead of some real bad man.
Some real Lengman.
You know them ones, some real Lengman, bruv. Like he's done his thing internationally, he does his thing for his club. Neymar's a one-man wrecking machine. You know them ones. So
to him like he's dirt as well. Going back to that Bale point, people talk to him like he's dirt. The things my man's done, you know, they'll water down his achievements. You know, you speak about most people that hate him and they speak about Champions League. They say it's easy to win it with Messi, forgetting that this man played a major part in turnarounds against PSG. He did his thing in that 2015 final as well. Like
without him, they don't win it because Messi didn't win it since he left.
This is it.
So when the man are like, oh yeah, it's easy to win it with Messi. So how come Messi couldn't win it with Messi, blood? When Neymar,
how come Messi can't win it on his J's? As much as I like him, there's always an excuse and a reason for things.
Yeah, he didn't. Out of MSN, yeah, he was the brother that was making it tick, blood, because he was getting the assists and he was getting the goals, blood, and he's the unselfish one that will look up and pick man out. You know them ones, and
bridge between the.
Yeah, he never got that. He never got the respect when he was there. But I think anyone that used to watch them play can understand, how big an impact that this brother had.
How good he is as a footballer. This is the thing. This is the worst thing about agendas. For me, there's plenty of footballers I don't like in it. Like
plenty.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Iron Robin. I don't know why, but I just didn't like it. But I'll sing his praises because you just have to be real. The man's a good footballer. People try and take away things from Neymar. Like the man can do up skills. He can do it simple. The numbers are mad. I'm not saying you can't criticize the man, but you can't deny that this guy's a footballing legend. It's as simple as, I'm sorry, like he said, way more respect. Yeah, he carries on some sort of way and does the theatrics, but don't let that gas you.
Bruv, that doesn't mean nothing to me. I only care what man does on the football pitch. And on the football pitch, he's a certified brother.
You know what I mean? What's that?
Certified. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I said to man, like when we were talking about the Soccer Aid thing, you see when we were watching Soccer Aid and we saw guys like Jeremy, who's a freestyler and all that. When he was on the pitch against them, man, he didn't look like how Neymar looks against seasoned pros, blood. I didn't see Jeremy rainbow flicking, man, and killing, man. You know them, man. So that, bruv, that tells you how good Neymar is. Because a lot of men eulogize over the football tricks on YouTube, yeah. But Neymar's doing this to big man with mortgages, blood, and £1 million in their bank.
Established players, fam.
Established.
Certified guys, like
established. Man's tying his shoelaces on the pitch while he's got the ball and that, bruv. Man can't get near him. Neymar's a bad man. Man can't chat to Neymar. You know, like that. Neymar's feisty. You know them ones. He beat a man and wait for man to get back and then beat him again, blood.
Again, like,
nah, bro.
People understand that, like they see that as people. There's man that will see that as cockiness. There's some that will see that as expressions, like, and it all depends on how you've grown up and where you come from, in my opinion, with Neymar, because they won't understand it, especially in a place like England, where it's always about the humble hero, humble beginnings, 100% passion, and the rest of the rhetoric. So madness.
That man don't know about humble beginnings until you used to kick ball here, and you was kicking plastic bags with paper in it, blood. That's what them man were playing with, blood. You know what I mean? Barefoot and that. That's humble beginnings, bro. You know that? Different things. You know what I mean? So what Neymar's doing is feisty. You know what I mean? Feisty to grown men, blood.
If only they knew.
Oh, bro, super chat, man. I have to answer this last one. Rants, DG, what's your team and formation for next season? Team in Champions League. What team for Champions League? What Champions League, bruv? Love your show.
I'm not in champ, so.
Okay, Declan Rice. Hold on. Team for bruv. We don't know who's gonna come in yet. You know what I mean? There's rumors that United want a left back badly. I knew you were looking at a left back from months ago. Still, you get me. So, Bearman was saying we don't need one. Yeah, Luke Shaw. Well, obviously, Ollie thinks we need one. So, Ollie must have an agenda as well, blood. You know, like that. Is what it is. So apparently we're gonna get a left back in and Sancho, and then they're hopeful of getting one more in, which is probably gonna be a centre half. It won't be a midfielder. I don't even think it'll be a centre half. I don't think we're gonna get anyone else. I think we'll get a left back and Sancho, and that'll be it.
Reckon?
Yeah, and I don't think it's enough, honestly. But you know what I mean? Formation. If Sancho comes in right now on form, yeah, I bench Rashford, innit? I bench him and play Sancho on the left, because Rashford's been appalling, bro. And Greenwood's been banging goals. So it's one of them ones where I think the easiest thing to do is to drop Greenwood because he's the young man in it. And that's what Ollie would do. But for me personally, I'll drop Rashford. And I'd obviously swap Luke Shaw in for the left back. So they're saying Tellers or the other guy, that Regulion brother.
Yeah, Regulion or whatever.
You know what I mean? But either way, they start. You know, like that. Man ain't got an embarrassment of riches at left back. Brandon Williams is rubbish, blood. I'd loan him out to the Championship or something.
You're holding no punches. Jeez.
Nah. I just, bruv, you see the thing is with me is, and when you know ball, yeah, you only need to see a man touch the ball 2 or 3 times to know what they're on.
To know that they're set off, if they're set or not. Yeah.
That's it, innit? The real ballers, as soon as you see the man just control the ball and spray it, you're like, yeah. I'm like that, bruv. I'll see a man in the warm-up and be like, yeah, he's playing for me straight away. You know them, man, just like that. And with Brandon, I see nothing. I just see hard work, bro. Braveheart, blood. You know them, man. British Bulldog. You know them, British Bulldog ballers, blood. Run around in that blood, sweat, and tears, muddy shorts. You're not playing for me. I don't like that. You know the ones there, blood. You know what I'm saying? When you're good, you don't have to make that much effort to do simple things, innit? You know when man makes simple things look hard, bro? I don't like it, bro. You know, like that.
Which is simple.
Yeah, he wouldn't pay for me. He wouldn't play for me, blood. You know, like that. So for me, nah, not having him, bruv. So I'll just go for the usual formation. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I'd play Fred, Pogba, and Bruno, but he'll play Matic. So you get me? For me, how's your team? Oh yeah, Donny. I wouldn't start Donny, bruv. And if I did start Donny, like that means I have to drop Bruno, and I'm not doing that right now. You get me? So it's one of them ones where Donny's gonna have to a cameo thing. One thing I don't want is I don't want to bring Donny in, and then play him as a 6, because that's not his position. I don't think you bring in a man from a new league, then throw him under the bus by playing him out of position.
You're not helping him.
You're not helping him. You're not helping him because he's already gonna have to adapt. Do you know what I mean? So adapting to a new country, a new team, a new style of play is one thing, but to do it out of position as well, I don't think it's fair. What about you? What's it looking like for Arsenal? You reckon you're going to keep the 5 at the back going into the next season?
Wait, to be fair with you, again, I don't know what Arteta's on, guy. Obviously, I don't. But I think long term, I'd hope he wants to go back to a back 4. Just on the way he speaks about being attacking, we can lose a defender. I don't really care if we play 3 or 4 at the back, because I mean I've seen City play 3 at the back and score 5 goals. It's all about the intention. I think for now he's probably, because of the amount of injuries we've got in defense, I think 5 of our 8 centre halves, not that all of them are good at injured, because we, it's been a bit of a mad pre-season. I think initially we'll probably see 3 at the back. So I'm inclined to believe we play that against Fulham. Long term, I want to see 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. But at least for this Fulham game, it could all change. But I think he goes with a back 3 or back 5, however you want to call it, to be fair.
I hear that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a back five thing. I think until he gets the players in he wants, I think that he gives him the security to kind of.
He won't take up the handbrake.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think he will. But I think that if he does get his man, then like, bruv, there's some serious things to come, bruv, because he gets it. You know what I mean? Like, he gets it, innit? He gets it, bruv. Seeing the way he speaks and that, he fully gets it, innit? He gets the club, he gets what the fans expect. And obviously, he played for the club in the era where man were expected to play good football as well. You know what I mean? So he'll want to bring that. So I think that Arteta's a good fit, man. Like, he's a proper good fit.
I'm rating Arteta's thing still.
Yeah, no, go on. You're rating what? Sorry?
I'm rating Arteta's thing still because it's like, for me, it's the one thing I wanted to look at is I like to praise and critique managers for what they actually bring in it. Like, I feel, people used to call at you lot's team, Jose, they called him mad defensive in it. At least you can criticize him and judge him for being defensive because he's shown you that. Emery is showing me some half-hearted attacking thing, some nonsense defending. I didn't know what he's on. From the minute Arteta's come in, I know what he's on. He wants to play attacking football. He recognizes that, we have to be a defensive team. We have to be strong, but we've still got to be on the front foot. And it's just the way he speaks. It's like, I won't say experience is overrated because who knows where he'd be if he had a job before this. But when you know your team, when you've been studying for so long, when you've been preparing for so long, and the moment comes, you know what you're on. And it doesn't matter if it's players coming to this club, existing at this club, people around us, they understand him. And, today it's not really anything, but you've seen that. In fact, last night, it's gone from head coach to first team manager. Again, we heard he's been given more like duties and stuff at the club. So that's probably just a reflection of that. But you have to ask why. Like, why didn't Emery get this? Because on experience, Emery and Arteta, they can't sit in the same room. For as much as I rate Arteta and think he's a better manager, just on paper, the accolades don't pay in Arteta's favor. So why is it that Arteta was able to do this, but Emery? For me, it's courage and it's then conviction and it's actually knowing your thing. And he's given me that. I'm still learning a bit about him because at the end of the day, 9 months. He's only been in 9 months. He's got 2 trophies, but he's been in 9 months. I want to see what he's saying after 4 years. And I do think in his first season, he's going to make mistakes like anyone would. But he's showing me enough to say, at least for now, he's the guy to ride with, bro. He's the guy to just see what he's on, see what he can do.
Facts. All right, guys, big up. Make sure you slap that like before you leave. Let's get it up to 500. Well, we've got 1.2 watching at the moment.
Come on.
I love, man. It's been a good show. Big up everyone that's interacted. Obviously, smash the like button, share, subscribe, all of that. You get me? Road to 50, blood. We're almost there still. So keep pushing that. Make sure you follow DG on the socials. Obviously, go and sub to his channel. I've put it in the link anyway in the description. So make sure you lot go and sub. You got anything you want to plug, fam?
No, man, just literally when I come off this, I'm back to work, bro, and I'm probably just gonna upload my videos quickly and then done, man. I ain't got nothing to plug. I'll probably be doing a watch along tomorrow in relation to our Arsenal versus Fulham game. So if you're about, if people are around, log into that. But I ain't got nothing else to plug, really.
Big up. All right, man. Then big up for tuning in, and we're gonna catch you next week.